ignited your passion for rugby to begin with?
You know, I spent most of my military career as an endurance athlete, and that's my comfort zone. I'm really good at swimming and running, and rugby was a challenge, and it was a community that welcomed me with open arms. A lot of fun being around people who want to play rugby and socialize at the same time in a city like New York.
Did you find your military experience in the sport of rugby? Have you had a chance to play it? Do you find that it's similar, or
you know? I think that
the community, I guess, or
the community is a totally new thing to me. It's great to be in a community of people that welcome you with open arms. But I think the thing I brought with me from the military is the discipline, the work ethic that benefits me. You know, staying humble when I fail, because rugby takes a lot of failure, especially for a beginner like me. I have to get out there and take some risks, you know. So.
Now, what was your first rugby experience? Do you remember your first rugby experience?
I came out to a practice and it was overwhelming. Just so much going on. Everything's moving quickly. I didn't know the rules.
Not even meaning to interrupt you, but did a friend invite you, or how did you?
Yeah, I had a friend. He's from Australia. He plays at a very high level, and he invited me out. And because he was one of those kinds of personalities that was receptive, I think I was more liable to show up versus, you know what, I don't know that much about that. I should probably stay away. So.
What does it mean for you to be a part of this Try Rugby event and to be able to pass the sport to rugby now? Because you said that you're new to the sport of rugby. So what does it mean for you now to pass the sport along to now other new players?
At this stage, what it means to me is growing rugby at its roots. It's about producing players that are going to be good later on because they've started early in their athletic careers. And you know, I think selfishly also I love that rugby is a life teacher. That's our mission statement, is to use rugby as the life teacher and shape the student athlete model. So for me, that's very personal. We like that part of it. You know, that's our agenda.
What's the biggest lesson that you found that you learned from rugby?
For me, rugby, it's being versatile, being open-minded, and being open-minded, and taking responsibility for your role on the field, because in a match there's no time to have X's and O's, right? You have to trust your teammates, they have to trust you, and you have to put your effort forth and hope that they're going to do the same, you know?
Now, from what I understand, there's a big game happening here in the States, and there's also a league. So how exciting is that to be a part of a sport that's so quickly growing?
That's great. Those are good signs of things to come. I think that for me, again, at this stage, the victory there are the people and personalities that are taking those risks, and they're the pioneers. They're the trailblazers. I'm most impressed with those people that are willing to get out there, even though they're not going to get any notoriety. They're doing it because they love the sport, and that's the reason that we want any of our athletes to play.
And lastly, just any message and a link to where people could learn more about your organization?
Oh, just Google New York Rugby Club. We're going to be the first link. Great website. We welcome players from all walks of life. We have a great women's team, a great men's team. High school program is thriving, and an alumni network that supports itself, and it has been doing so for decades. So I'm very proud to be a member of New York Rugby Club.